young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. The 4 and the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Watson in at the small forward position. Takes a 3. Here's Jokic. Back to Gordon. Murray outside. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Gobert pulls it in.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0-4 here, still looking for their first win.
Here's Edwards. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Great lob and an even better finish by Gobert.
Nuggets have gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. McDaniels gets a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. Denver's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Murray is screen on Edwards. Watson the pass to Murray. Shoots over McDaniel. And there's Murray on the assist by Watson.
Boy, it's fun to watch when Murray gets into a groove, guys. An astonishingly good score pretty much from anywhere.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. I asked him what's the hardest thing about facing Nikola Jokic. He said the way he controls the game at the offensive end. He keeps everyone involved. He's a great scorer, and you have to keep him off the offensive glass. He's a tall order. All of it. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. And there it is for him.
Really like what Edwards did there. Assertive in the two-man game.
Here's Brown. Defended by DiVincenzo. Murray is screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Brown. Mark, it has been quite a run for the Nuggets, hasn't it, who have made the playoffs every season since 2019.
And how about this, Kevin? They've only been lower than a 3 seed one time in that span. And that was because Murray missed the season due to injury. They are consistently tough.
And Gobert kicks to DiVincenzo. And finished off by Gobert.
Stay clear of Gobert on the dunk now. The force he goes to the rim with is mighty.
The 3. A nice shot by McDaniels.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On the wing, Murray. He had 25 points last game. Jokic against Gobert. The Nuggets with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 6. Now against Golden State, he was really on his game. Inside, Jokic with the steal. Odd pass to Gordon. It's stolen by Edwards. Fast break, here they come. There's McDaniels. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Jokic's screen. Murray kicks to Jokic. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
Well, Jokic is a judicious three-point shooter, so you know he likes the look when he takes one.
Pass to McDaniels. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
target from three-point range.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Gobert with a screen for DiVincenzo. Gobert gets the bucket. Gobert's got 8.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here is Murray. It's hauled in by Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3 spot. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Murray looking around. And it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, Murray is a better athlete than he looks. He's actually terrific as an athlete. You have to love seeing him use that momentum to bounce up and throw it down.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Now here's McDaniels. He's tightly guarded. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
And he does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
And the second free throw, good. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Here's Brown. Coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. He gets that one. Brown's got it back down to within single digits for the Nuggets. DiVincenzo with it. Out to Edwards. For the 3. Shot clock at 6. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Edwards got his second bucket of the game to go.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Here's DiVincenzo. It's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Well, I like to see when guards come inside. DiVincenzo trying to send a message with that hoop.
Brown, the pass to Murray.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got 4 this quarter.
Murray doing whatever it takes to find the shot. Dynamic play from Jamal.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together in the sky.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
Murray outside. Pass to Watson. 1:12 left now here in the second. Jokic with it. Shoots over Reed. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Nuggets trail by 7. Watson kicks to Gordon. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. His three-pointers off the mark. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 20 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Up top, Edwards. He's covered by Watson. He was all alone on that one. Reed's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Reed has a pretty proficient three-point shot. He's a big guy who loves to stretch the floor, too.
Watson for 3, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
I think for the Timberwolves, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
As a team.
And that about wraps.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Rudy Gobert with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
They've got Miller. He's out there with Reed. And it's Shannon in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Well, Michael Porter Jr. is one of the premier shooters in the NBA.
And that size that he brings to that sweet stroke makes it hard to get to a shot. 6'10", shoots it with confidence, shoots it with great fluidity. And, man, is he special. And he's worked through some injury trouble early in his career. And now he's one of the more lethal front court players in the league on the perimeter. Well, you must respect Porter Jr.'s scoring ability. I mean, he is terrific connecting from the mid-range.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Alexander Walker. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game. they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Westbrook, and stolen by Miller. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now guarded by Saric. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Christian Braun.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Westbrook. The shot by Saric, no good. Timberwolves leading by 11. Here's Minot. He has yet to score. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Here's Strother. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Nailed from three-point land. Reeves got 6.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Westbrook, no good.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Greg, this is some kind of number. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Here's Alexander Walker. Denver grabs the miss.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Najee, covered by Miller. Back to Saric. From past the arc. And that one's good. Strother, 5 points in the game.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to get.
Alexander Walker passes to Reed. 1:02 left in the third. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game. You know, Westbrook will not let an opportunity to embarrass his defender go wanting. Oh, my goodness. What a move.
Here's Alexander Walker. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Saric with the screen for Porter. Saric outside. Shoots over Reed. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Saric.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And while they still have the lead, boy, was that important to keep it from shrinking.
They might have the lead, but what they don't have is the momentum right now. So that was a big basket for them.
Westbrook surveying the D. No good on the three. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is... Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Nuggets trail by 6. Taking a look at the Nuggets. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Watson in at the small forward.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Here's Brown. Murray, a screen on DiVincenzo. Down low, stolen by McDaniels. And here's the fast break. And here's Edwards from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Edwards got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Timberwolves. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GM.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. And stolen by Watson.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Gordon with a screen on DiVincenzo. Outside Gordon. Pass to Brown. It's stolen by Edwards. Handle outside. Out to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Brown. Defended by DiVincenzo. Jokic a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Driving to the basket. A nice shot by Brown.
By going cold in that first half, they made things hard on themselves, but they've been warming up since that time.
DiVincenzo against Murray. DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels. Gobert the screen. Sweet little floater. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Nice looking teardrop by the swing man McDaniels. Love watching his offense continue to evolve and grow.
Back to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And now the Timberwolves on the break. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
McDaniels against Murray. Gordon with a screen on McDaniels. Here's Murray. And rejection by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Out to Edwards. Shoots from the line. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. And now an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Jokic against Gobert to end the run. The Nuggets with another miss. Minnesota leading by 13. A 3 ball. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 7 now in this quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Minnesota.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. Here's Alexander Walker. Jokic with the steal.
You know, the pump fake is a good move unless you don't protect the ball. If you expose it and the defense is ready for it, it's right for a steal.
And it's Gordon missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Gobert down low. He's covered by Murray. And finished off by Gobert.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Murray down low. Working on McDaniels. Now here's Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. That's a 2 from Randall. It's hauled in by Gordon. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was, all right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold
here for opening day tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, B.A., absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point.
Oh, give me a little sauce. Anthony Edwards rise high and finish over the defender.
Here's Doncic. James outside. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Outside McDaniels. From downtown. It's Edwards on the wing. Clock at 4. Tries again. It's Hayes with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
For 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. He was just marveling at LeBron's ability to take advantage of any mistake you make, even a minor one. He said, if you're even a half step away from a guy defensively, LeBron will find that person. Coach is asking his guys to stay connected to shooters tonight.
Allie, thank you. He rifled that one in from distance. Doncic has got 6.
Doncic loves the ability to respond with a 3. That is tough.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Doncic. Last game, he had 28 points. For 3, James. Randall pulls down the board. Minnesota in the lead. Randall, a screen on Reeves. Here's DiVincenzo. That shot off. Some solid defense from Hayes. James with the ball, and it's Gobert picking him up. Pass to Hachimura. DiVincenzo with the steal. In transition, here they come. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, with the kind of motor Edwards plays with, doesn't give the defense much of a chance to catch him in transition. Nicely done, Anthony.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Lakers trail by 4. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Reeves. In his last outing with 12 points.
How about Randall with the send-it-back block? Nicely done, Julius.
To the paint. That's tipped. And finished off by Hayes.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Edwards against James. The 3. And Edwards good for 3. Edwards got 7 points.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Here's Doncic. James outside. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. James has got his second basket of the game.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Edwards a screen on Reeves. DiVincenzo. Rebound, the Lakers. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they're running. Here's McDaniels. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Well, Jaden McDaniels showing off his best skill, the anticipation steal and the finish. What a sequence.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You often hear the phrase franchise player. When you think about Luka Doncic and the amount he controls the action, the MVP level play, he is the true definition of it.
And so lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. It's Minnesota up 2, and we'll return shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Offensive board. The kick out to Edwards. Out left to the wing. Right side McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Gobert passes to McDaniels. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan. Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
For 3, DiVincenzo, pure from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got 10.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Doncic. Oh, good D by Edwards.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single...
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it.
At the line for your Timberwolves, taking 2 shots.
So many of these personal foul calls still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he knocks down the first one. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. Randle, a screen on James. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards on target.
Now shooting the 3-ball at almost 60%. They've been blazing this second quarter.
Edwards against Doncic. Takes a three. Oh, good D by Edwards.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the...
Oh! Edwards with the highlight reel jam.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Brad, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Clock is at 3. DiVincenzo with a steal. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Five on the clock. Edwards with some muscle.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Pass to James. 1:24 left in the first half of this game. They set the screen. Back to Doncic. And stolen by Edwards. Here's McDaniels. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, making it look very easy. Right at the rim, McDaniels with the finish.
Pass to James. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Here's Edwards. Oh, and it's a big-time dunk as he slams it right over Doncic.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Intelligent ball movement. The offense looking one step ahead there.
Here's DiVincenzo. Uses the glass on the layup. DiVincenzo's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
James deciding where to go with it. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And over the years, Randall has stepped up his role, an assertive scorer and a natural leader. I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
And Randall drops them both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Nice work inside from James.
Well, it's the skill set and the strength of LeBron James. It'll be interesting to see how his shot profile breaks down when it's all said and done.
There's a screen. Here's DiVincenzo. Counted. DiVincenzo's got 16 points now.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
You take a look at the Lakers. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big...
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Los Angeles Lakers. Appreciate you joining.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And You know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
And so in the game for the Lakers, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. He's out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Alex Len is out there with Gabe Vincent. And it's Goodwin in at shooting guard. And the foul on Gabe Vincent. That's his first foul of the game. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Vanderbilt.
And they've been pretty meticulous offensively. That's only their second turnover of the game.
Here's Vincent. No good with the triple.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Minnesota leading by 12. Reed sets a screen. Outside, Alexander Walker. Reed passes to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Lakers. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran PJ Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you'd never understand. EA?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. Lakers trail by 12. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Goodwin. Lets the three fly. Finney-Smith's shot is off.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Right side, Alexander Walker. For three. Connects from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
Nas Reed, what a nice find. This guy always has his eyes up and ready to look for options.
Now here's Vincent. And that one's drained from the low block. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon. 6 to shoot. 4-3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Here's Goodwin. Covered by Alexander Walker. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And let's take this time to bring up the list of last season's elite shot blocking teams. 5th, the Timberwolves.
They had the bodies and the energy needed to be a strong defensive team, and they made it hard for opponents to do damage.
That one misses. Well, Doris, there's no doubt who the face of the NBA has been for a while now. Who might that be in 10 years, though?
This is such an intriguing question to me, Brian, because some of the guys that come immediately to mind, Luka, he's been a presence on that first-team All-NBA almost since the onset of his career. Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren are now 7-footers who are multidimensional. One guy that I don't think is talked about enough is Anthony Edwards. Highly skilled, highly charismatic.
Pass to Goodwin. Vincent with the ball. Here's Goodwin, covered by Alexander Walker. The Lakers with another miss.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Miller with it, guarded by Vanderbilt. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here's Goodwin, covered by Alexander Walker. And it's blocked.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Reed sets a screen. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Minot. The Lakers with a rebound. Outside Vanderbilt. Over to the left wing. Here's the break. Moving it up. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Here's Goodwin. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Minnesota running away with this one. And coming up as soon... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. On the wing, Reeves. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Boy, you better have a lot of confidence to shoot from that deep. Doncic, yes, sir.
DiVincenzo can't hit. Lakers trail by 18. Doncic with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. To the middle. Here's Hachimura. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Edwards gets the bucket.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Reeves. Back to Doncic. Oh, the block shot. Grabs it out of the air.
There is a reason his nickname is the Stifle Tower. Send it back, Rudy.
And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Well, you have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Puts up a 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to James. Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A. And the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Outside Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. Off target from outside.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Doncic with it. He's picked up by Edwards. And stolen by Edwards.
Lakers foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
DiVincenzo against Reeves. DiVincenzo can't hit. Lakers trail by 21. Outside Reeves. Out to Hachimura from deep. James against McDaniels. Hachimura with a screen on McDaniels. The shot by James, no good. Minnesota leading by 21. And stolen by Reeves. Fires the three. Rebound Minnesota. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards with it. Hayes picks him up. Edwards against Doncic. Outside Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Hachimura with the defensive effort.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, in a great win for the Timberwolves.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Anthony Edwards.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Tipped. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. From deep three-point land. He can't get it to go. And here's Edwards. For 3, Randall. Rebounded by LeBron. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. From behind the arc. Sinks the tray. Here's DiVincenzo. Puts up a deep 3. Can't get it to drop. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Well, this might... All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie...
How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. In it forward for them, it's James and Hachimura. Luka Doncic's out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick in the bag to get where he wants to go.
Now here's Murray. A three off the mark. LeBron with him. And it's Gordon picking him up. Pass to Hachimura. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And the confidence Hachimura has in himself, knows he can score from this area when given the chance.
Here's Brown. Here's Gordon. Jokic sets the screen for Gordon. Inside, and Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
And really, Coach Van Gundy, the acquisition of Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets was one of the things that elevated them to the championship caliber team that we saw.
Yeah, Kevin, he was sort of the missing piece. He's a great fit in the front court alongside of Jokic. His athleticism, his defense, his ability to score inside have really made them a great tandem.
And what about his ability, Stan, to fit in right off the bat and make a difference?
You know, just about anybody can fit in playing with you.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
Here's Brown. Finney-Smith defending. A nice shot by Brown.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Doncic, count it, good.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Murray up on top. He had 25 points last game. Here's Brown. Finney-Smith defending. Jokic, no good. Lakers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And here's Doncic from the arc. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. The Nuggets trail by 4. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Pass to Gordon. Now, Jokic. Let's go. It's hauled in by Doncic.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Doncic with a screen on Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Here's LeBron. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
A moment to check out Luka Doncic here. Great showing for him last season. And of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him. And you can't even really contain him.
And the jumper of Jokic, it's almost a set shot. He's totally in control.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Wide open look here for Murray. Nails the wide open jump shot.
I just love that shot from Murray. He makes you defend him on all 3 levels.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Lakers passing it around. Hachimura setting the pick for Doncic. Driving inside. And Doncic throws it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. The tray. Brown's shot is off. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Lakers. He put together quite a... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Los Angeles.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And also, they've been draining mid-range jump shots, measuring the defense well, and just taking what they give them.
So for the Lakers right now, in it forward for them, it's James and Hachimura. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
He's so quick and graceful at around 270 pounds. James, he's a wrecking ball.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Doncic feeling it out. Cloak loose. James, the pass to Doncic. Back to LeBron. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Now here's Watson, guarded by Doncic. Clock at 6. For 3, Murray. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Number 1, Luka Doncic.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Luka on the move, and Doncic throws it down.
And if you give Luka just a sliver of daylight, this is what you get.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Outside for Murray. The layup missed.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Doncic outside. And the slam by Doncic.
And it doesn't take much for Doncic to get hot. And once that happens, well, he is almost unguardable.
Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. Now, here's Jokic. He has 7. Yep, that one goes. Jokic has got 9.
Nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
Here's Doncic. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Murray, the pass to Brown. Now, here's Watson. T right on him. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game here. 21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed. Doncic outside. Kicks it out to James. LeBron smashes inside and finished off by LeBron.
And once LeBron finds a crack in the defense, he is off and running. What hustle from King James.
Murray dishes to Watson. Elbow shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And the foul on Jamal Murray. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's his 3rd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
LeBron outside. Launches it. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
Taking a look here at Denver, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time. And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
Played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
They've got Saric. He's out there with Porter. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And a wide open look for Porter. Sinks the three-pointer. Porter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lakers leading by 6. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
It's good.
Oh, nice pass there by James. His teammates really will appreciate his ability to facilitate.
Pass to Strother. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Nuggets. They trail by 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And here's Reeves outside. Drops in the tray. Reeves has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Westbrook scanning the floor. Pass to Saric. Back to Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Rejected by Len. Vanderbilt with it. Hasn't made one yet. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. To the inside. Pass to Strother. Shoots. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Vanderbilt setting the pick for Reeves. Driving in, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Reeves against Westbrook. Reeves into the lane, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
It's stolen by Saric. And pushing it up, here's Denver. There's Porter with the 3. Reeves with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 9. Vanderbilt the pass to Len. And Zeke Naji gets the whistle that time.
That's his first personal
That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
They set the screen to the middle. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Strother. A rebound by the Lakers.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Reeves left side. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Reeves. Pass to Vanderbilt. Some solid defense from Saric.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
James misses. From deep three-point land. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Alex Len out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Goodwin. And it's James in at the 3 slot. Here's Westbrook and finished off by Westbrook.
And there's the ferociousness. Gotta enjoy Westbrook taking flight and slamming it down there with authority.
James up top, guarded by Porter. And James throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Saric trying to break free. Can't hit from in close.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's James. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Watson, the pass to Gordon. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
James checked in for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Murray is a very good outside shooter, but I think he's at his best when he gets into the paint.
Here's Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now LeBron. Doncic with a screen for LeBron. Los Angeles with another miss. The Nuggets trail by 11. Here's Brown. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Hayes. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. On the wing, James. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Here's Brown. A second chance effort. The big man Jokic inside.
Well, the first guy you have to box out there, Nikola Jokic. That's just bad recognition.
Count it. Doncic has got 24 points.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Gordon against LeBron. Pass to Jokic. Denver needs to get off his shot. Here's Brown. Jokic. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Doncic from the arc. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Watson. Here's Brown. Guarded by Doncic. A nice shot by Brown.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And here is Doncic. Doncic throws it down.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Lakers.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Watson kicks to Jokic. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. Ham is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brown. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Minnesota now. Outside, DiVincenzo. Watson with the rebound. Jokic with it. DiVincenzo picks him up.
Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Brown. DiVincenzo covering. Brown passes to Watson. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Brown.
And, you know, when DiVincenzo keeps his hands moving on defense, he's really effective. Great work there.
To the inside. And out of bounds. Denver will have it. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Denver. I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Jokic. The shot won't fall. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
With lots of prime seasons ahead of him, Clark, Nikola Jokic already has multiple MVPs and a championship.
It is an incredible resume already, that's for sure, B.A. I think he's got a chance to get into that top 10, maybe top 5 all-time conversation. But he's special, and what a joy to watch. Never seems to be overexerting himself, but he's making impact at both ends of the floor. He's extremely special as a basketball player.
So it's Denver now, following the score by Minnesota. Here's Brown. 23 points his last outing. No good from outside.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
DiVincenzo pass to McDaniels. Knocks down the triple.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
Pass to Watson. And stolen by Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Launches a 3. Brown grabs the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Jokic passes to Brown. And again, it's Denver missing.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Murray against DiVincenzo. Count that bucket.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Well, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
Murray looking around to halt the run. And he lays it up and in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Last game for him, he picked up 13. Over Murray, the kick out to Edwards. Beyond the arc, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Nuggets trail by 5. Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they can win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of him.
Here's DiVincenzo. The Nuggets getting their last shot to go. Driving to the basket. It's good.
Quick feet there by DiVincenzo. Once he gets a step on the defense, it's a wrap.
46 seconds left in the first quarter. Murray with it. Randle's in his pocket. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Launches it. The rebound by Murray. Denver has gone 1 of 4 from deep. He goes up, and it's Murray finishing it off.
And the quick feet of Murray really doing an extraordinary job getting out in transition.
Picked by Gobert. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Rebound by the Nuggets.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Back to Watson. Fires from deep. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Watson in at the small forward position. That's the group for Denver getting going in the second. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency, rebound, and coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
Shooting for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. At the line for 1. The play is under review under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Free throw no good for McDaniels. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Back come the Nuggets on the run. From the baseline, Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, they're looking to battle back. That's one of the...
Oh! Edwards with the highlight reel jam.
Watch out down. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
Murray, no good. Minnesota leading by 9. Quarter number 2, with just over a minute of play. Knocks it down from distance.
Are you serious? I mean, he made the defender look silly right there. Just an epic move.
Pass to Gordon. Now Jokic. To the left wing. Here's Brown. And another dime for him.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists, piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now, actually cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Randall. And here's Edwards. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Murray's shot is good.
I don't think you can afford to give Murray any room to shoot his shot. I mean, he is a terrific scorer who continues to get better.
And And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. They get the rebound. Nuggets trail by 13. And stolen by Edwards. McDaniels from long range. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in the game. Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And yet, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Edwards for 3. Edwards on target.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Outside Murray. Pass to Brown. Clock at 6. Fires from the wing. Jokic passes to Gordon. Outside Murray. From outside the arc. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Here's DiVincenzo. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Out to the right wing. Here's Brown. McDaniels covering. Murray against McDaniels. Shot from the low post is good. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's really carrying the load, but no man could do it all by himself.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Randall outside. Off the mark there with a 3. Nuggets trail by 12. Gordon on the wing. Still without a bucket. Fast break, Minnesota. And it's Randall with the jam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And so it's Minnesota up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly the...
And now let's... Thanks for tuning in.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. They've got Miller. He's out there with Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in a 2-guard. Here's Strother. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
The Timberwolves lead by 12. And 6'10" with laser-accurate quick release. Clark, Michael Porter Jr. can make the game look so easy.
It looks to me like he's really settled into his role, and he's embraced that. And he's worked through his own injury challenges, so there's a level of perseverance and resilience and grit that he's put into his book bag along with that fluid stroke and his athleticism. He's become a better rebounder and a better defender as well. I really like what he's become to this point in his career as a player.
Here's Alexander Walker. Porter pulls it in.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook slams it home.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Alexander Walker. That three's off the mark.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
That cuts the lead to single digits. Strother's got 7 now in this quarter.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Stolen. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half. These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's Shannon. And that one's good. Shannon's got 5 now.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Westbrook right side. Saric outside. Pass to Najee. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
That's his first personal.
All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Naz Reid.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Alexander Walker, the pass to Reid. Off target from three-point range. Nuggets trail by 8. Clark, you look at Denver's lineups. They have a lot of size on this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of the polar opposite of small ball, BA. I mean, with Jokic in the middle and a lot of length on the wings and in the backcourt, too. This is a growing trend in the league as I see it.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's the 3. Hits the trifecta. Alexander Walker's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Westbrook right side. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Minnesota's gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Outside Porter. Here's Strother. Saric outside. Here's Strother, covered by Alexander Walker. Deflects the pass. 5 to shoot. Here's Saric. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Pass to Alexander Walker. It's rebounded by Najee.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Here's Westbrook. Takes a 3. Buries it from 3. And now just a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Boy, and that's a big deal for Westbrook because when he starts to knock down shots from distance, it really opens up his full bag of attack mode offense.
Here's Alexander Walker. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Alexander Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Pass to Najee. And here's Saric for 3. Najee, oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Najee sets a screen. Over to the wing for the tie. Nails it from 3. Najee's got 8 points.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And we're just moments away from... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Boy, Murray is a better athlete than he looks. He's actually terrific as an athlete. I have to love seeing him use that momentum to bounce up and throw it down.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul.
Here's Brown. Screen by Watson. The 3. They get it again. Brown passes to Jokic. Here's Brown. 6 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point land. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 7 tonight.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Outside Edwards. Oh, Edwards bringing the heat.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
The Nuggets want a timeout.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And Denver making a change here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. Confidence is what he's asking for right now. He said, quote, when it's close, we have to keep believing in ourselves. And if we don't think we can pull it out, we've already lost. So some strong words from coach in the huddle. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
And here's Porter outside. Drains the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Down low. Oh! Gobert hammers it home.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Jokic with a screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Jokic. Now here's Porter. McDaniels covering. Now Jokic. 3-pointer, no good. Outside McDaniels. Inside. Stolen by Jokic. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Outside Porter. DiVincenzo with a steal. Gordon with a steal. Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on it.
They get it back. Now here's Edwards, defended by Watson. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Another shot. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Denver leading by 6. Here's Brown. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Watson. Over McDaniels. Right wing. Brown passes to Jokic. Look at Jokic going to work inside.
Savvy, size, length, strength, touch. Jokic alone down on the blocks.
Picked by Gobert. Edwards looking it over. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Brown. 44 seconds left to play in the fourth. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. To the middle. Randall, the pass to McDaniels. The three is up. Porter pulls it in. And here's Denver. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Brown. Offensive rebound. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Porter. Here's Jokic. And Gobert with a block. So it's Denver picking up the win. A clean win. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
stars.
Thank you for tuning into this Sunday. Afternoon. Sports. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Luka Doncic.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. And for Los Angeles, in at forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Luka Doncic out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the center, filling out the middle.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Now, here's Doncic. Last game he had 28 points. Hachimura finds James. 5 to shoot. Hachimura with a screen on McDaniel. No good from LeBron. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with him, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
And here is James, after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. The drive by James. Well, that's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Getting that little bit of help, James calls for the pick and roll, shake up the defense, and find himself a quality look.
Such a wide open look.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from D.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with all-star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Here's Doncic after the basket by Minnesota. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. To the paint. And James with the basket on the assist by Doncic.
At this point in time, you have to understand that if LeBron James is on the inside, he has so many ways to beat you. A little contact's not going to do anything.
Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on LeBron. Edwards against James. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Well, you see the size and the strength and that ability inside. Edwards can play like a power forward at times.
Now, here's Doncic. James with a deep three. It's good from long range. He's got 7 here on opening day. And what a great day it is. Frank, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo trains the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
DiVincenzo against Doncic. .106 left in the first.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here's Edwards from the arc.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Doncic passes to LeBron. Back to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
Randall passes to Gobert. Out left to the wing. McDaniels with the ball. And Hachimura picks him up defensively. Lakers trail by 3. Doncic looking it over. Screen by James. And he gets the bucket. Doncic has got 7 points.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Doncic from deep three-point land. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Timberwolves lead by 3. 2K Sports back in. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now Hachimura. Still yet to score. Pass to Hayes. Here's Finney-Smith. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Doncic against Edwards. Inside, it's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw this game.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Minnesota leading by 4. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And that one, good. Randall's got 7 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Edwards against Doncic. Over to the left wing. To the inside. It's stolen by Edwards. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
LeBron left side. Stolen by McDaniels. And with that shot, the Minnesota Leafs cut down to just 6 points with the basket from LeBron.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Up top, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Doncic.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Hachimura against Randall. Outside, James. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. RJ, last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's 101.
Randall kicks to Edwards. From outside the arc, the Timberwolves again can't hit.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Got that one up quick. Edwards got 4 points now in the quarter.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
And it's Hachimura in the corner.
Minnesota foul.
The Lakers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Personal foul.
And that one falls for Hachimura.
A reliable role player. Hachimura's versatility, especially scoring-wise, is what makes him so valuable.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Now here's DiVincenzo. He has 7. Doncic with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. From deep, James, good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Hachimura against Randall. It's to Gobert. Randall dishes to Gobert. Offensive rebound. Now DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. They shoot again. Edwards loves it in there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
On the wing, James. No good with the triple. Now here's DiVincenzo. Finney-Smith defending. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
To the middle. Gobert down low. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
From deep, James, and so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome, one and all. You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is pretty.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Hart.
we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Maxi Kleber is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Goodwin. Then there's Len. And it's Reeves in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. We're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you've played every team, you understand the defensive concept, you might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Shannon passes to Alexander Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Releases. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Len sets a screen for Reeves. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
Something Reeves has only improved at, making quality passes.
I know Reeves has been accused of hunting fouls before. Richard, do you see that?
Oh, I don't know if it's all on Reeves. It's just the way the game is played. Great players learn how to put you in position to foul them. The goal of the game is to score, and if that's hunting fouls, then hunt away.
On the wing, Reeves. Defended by Alexander Walker. Reeves can't hit.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Trailing here by 8. Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Reeves, defended by Alexander Walker.
Not just a jump shooter, Reeves is also skilled at converting in close.
Alexander Walker up top. No scoring in this one. From downtown, doesn't get it to drop for him. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Reeves the pass to Len. Reed with the rebound.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away in the paint.
And it's Miller with the jam.
And he had more than enough room there for one of those trademark slams that he's become noted for.
And once he got that space, you just knew it was going to happen.
So did the defense.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everybody in the building was waiting for it.
Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Reeves into the lane. Pass to Vanderbilt. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. 5th, the Timberwolves.
That tells you the kind of strong defense they played last season. It wasn't easy to bring the ball inside against them at all.
Goodwin. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
1:27 left in the third quarter. Here's Alexander Walker, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Alexander Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
To the right side. Here's Vanderbilt with the drive. Here's Len. Pocket 6. That's to Goodwin. For 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Goodwin's got himself on the board with 3 there.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Minot. He's defended by Reed. They get it back. Here's Alexander Walker. Fires from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Alexander Walker's got 7 points in the game.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
From deep, Reeves. Reed with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Minot, that's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Minot's got his second basket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Vanderbilt with the screen. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And each slice the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. He's perfect from the line this time. Lakers trail by 17. Doncic outside. Doncic going to work.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. It's deflected. Doncic against Edwards. The 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. And Edwards with the stuff.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Doncic outside. Pass to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor.
Oh, wow! Oh, that was unbelievable!
Now that is a finish for the ages.
Oh, man! Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Doncic fires from way outside, and the Lakers with another miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. The Lakers with the rebound. The drive by James. Doncic outside. James a screen on Edwards. Edwards against Doncic. Pass to James. Goes back up. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
James outside. Off target at the rim. Timberwolves leading by 17. Edwards with it. Pass to McDaniels. Out to Edwards. Buries it from 3-point range. Edwards got 9 points now in just the second half.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Edwards against LeBron. Edwards looking it over. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Doncic against DiVincenzo. And here is Doncic. Now Finney-Smith. It's stolen by Gobert.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Doncic against DiVincenzo. Lobbed up there for Edwards.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Doncic with it. Picked up by Edwards. And it's Doncic missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Randall grabs the board. Now here's Edwards. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the... David, thank you as always.
Thank you, everyone.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Richard Jeff.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
Quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Now Denver's starting five. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at small forward. For three, Gordon. It's Hayes with the rebound.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Doncic against Murray. A nice shot by Doncic.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Brown passes to Murray. Here's Brown. Gordon outside. Just 5 on the clock. The floater. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from James.
Ooh, LeBron with the slam. What an athletic slam by LeBron. Showing these young guys how it's done.
Murray against Doncic. Right side Murray. Gordon outside. Doncic against Murray. Up and over Doncic. Murray, no good.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Forget his age. LeBron is still one of the strongest players in the league.
Stan, we know Jokic is one of the best passers this game has ever seen at any position, but his teammates will dish it as well.
Yeah, the Nuggets, by and large, are very unselfish. It's part of their culture. They only bring in guys who are willing to sacrifice for the team's sake.
Pass to James. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. James has got 6.
You can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Murray for 3. Out to Gordon. Here's Brown. Fires for 3. Drops in the 3. Brown's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Yeah, nice vision from Gordon. He knew his teammate was there all the way.
From deep, here's Doncic. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Here's Watson. And again, Denver with a 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's James. And again, it's the Lakers.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Here's Watson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 5.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's Doncic. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Here's Doncic. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Murray against Doncic. Outside Murray. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Well, when Murray has his attacking game working, it opens up more space for everybody.
Doncic outside. 30 seconds left in the first.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Murray against Doncic. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Jokic. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
I love the defensive pressure they created in their last meeting, forcing turnovers and keeping the offense off kilter.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier.
Oh, what a performance. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. Guys, what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position. That's the Laker 5. Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success. I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
It's both from the stripe. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Yeah, we all know Murray is a shooter, but look out. He can finish, too.
Here's Doncic. In the paint, Luka!
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Brown. He's marked by Finney-Smith. The shot by Brown, no good.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Jokic. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. From deep, here's Doncic. He drops it from range. Doncic has got 15.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Here's Brown. Out to Gordon. Pass to Murray. There's a screen from deep. The long-distance 3 is buried. Murray's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, that's why you got to get out on Murray if you're the defense. He absolutely has this kind of range.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Gordon with a steal. The open shot, Jokic. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Hayes. And it's finished off by Hayes.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Nuggets trail by 4. Murray scanning the floor. Out to the wing. Here's Brown, coming off a solid outing against Oklahoma City. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Here's Doncic. Whoa, some artistry there from Doncic. Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Drops in the layup for two. And now an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Murray with it. Hachimura covering. And there's the call on Rui Hachimura. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
1:11 left in the first half of basketball.
That's Murray just grinding it out and getting rewarded.
Coach, another guy that symbolizes the rise of Canadian basketball, Jamal Murray. What an impact he's making.
Yeah, Brian, and I'd say even more than just making an impact. This Canadian guard can actually carry an offense on his own.
Doncic's shot is good.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Pass to Jokic. Gordon outside. From downtown. Rebound by the Lakers. Hayes has got rebound number 7 tonight. Doncic passes to Hayes. Fires the three. Oh, Luka with a deep one.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Murray. James with the block. Murray against Doncic. Out to Hachimura. Back to Doncic. From deep three-point range. Unable to get that one.
We all know he's a good shooter. But from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's Los Angeles leading by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off.
Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the first half. Thanks for tuning in.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
On the court for the Nuggets, they've got Dario Saric. He's out there with Zeke Naji. Michael Porter out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard position. Saric outside. Clock at 6. Porter from outside. And the three-pointer goes.
And Porter Jr. has one of the smoothest looking jump shots in the league.
On the wing, Reeves. Pounded by Westbrook. Outside Vanderbilt. Back to Reeves. There's the three. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Saric. Back to Porter. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Outside Reeves. And there's the drop. Oh my goodness!
What a dunk!
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Reeves against Westbrook. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Here's Saric. Finished off the break.
Well, that's the part of Porter Jr.'s game that can take him to the next level.
Coach, after 3 back surgeries in 5 years, it is truly amazing that Michael Porter Jr. is still playing at all.
Yeah, it really is, Brian. And for him to get back to playing at the highest level, he has really stuck with it. And you've got to admire his mental and physical toughness.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
The 3. Najee, good. Najee's got his first 3 points of the game.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
So it's the Lakers now, leading by 5. There's a screen by Lynn. It's Reeves with the drive. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Strawther, no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Kleba. To the wing, right side. Lynn passes to Goodwin. There's a screen by Lynn. The 3-ball. And Los Angeles, another 3.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Westbrook against Reeves. To the wing on the left. Here's Strawther. Yep, that one's good. Strawther's got his first 2 points. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Outside Reeves. 54 seconds left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goodwin passes to Lynn. Porter pulls it in.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Pass to Strawther. Out to the right wing. Now here's Saric. The D's right on him. The 3 is up. He can't get that one to fall. The Lakers lead by 8. Reeves with the ball. He's got 7. And he's going. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And so it's Los Angeles finishing the quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Luka. Doncic is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Hayes in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. Outside Murray. And the layup is good.
Well, you know, you can see how much Murray means to this team when he's healthy and at the top of his game.
Here's Doncic. And again, it's the Lakers.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Jokic. Jokic on the drive, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. For three, James. And they recover it. Hachimura outside. Doncic passes to James. Let's go with a three. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got rebound numbers, and again, another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists, piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Everybody wants to be that number one or number two guy, but you've got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
Doncic outside. Nice finish from Luka.
Oh my, tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
Brown passes to Murray. Wide open look. And there are the Nuggets with another bucket.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And the shot goes. Doncic has got 32 points in the game.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He ripped into their perimeter game and their energy level, saying to his guys, you're just running through the motions out there. There's no hustle or desire to chase them off the three-point line or to try to get open looks from deep on the other end. Guys,
good job there, Allie. Thanks.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in this ball game. 2 minutes.
Inside. And finished off by Hayes.
Few guys distribute better than Doncic. He's got good instincts for when and where to send the ball.
Pass to Jokic. Oh, that's too easy for Jokic when he gets inside position.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Doncic. Second chance effort. And he takes it up and lays it in. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Screen by Watson. Murray passes to Watson. Three-pointer. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
You know, Jamal Murray has no problem being the facilitator when he sees open teammates.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. There's 53 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Another shot. Jokic grabs the board. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 6. They get it back. They kick it out to Murray. Jokic with a screen on Doncic. Goes back up. Deflected. Hachimura outside. Counted from distance. And the Lakers lead by 9.
Even though he has hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
Murray against Doncic. So we see the Lakers get the win here. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played.
Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside